What is up, guys? Back into there with another reaction to the Nana manga, this time with volume 21. I'm not sure yet, actually. I think we're volume 21, yeah, we are. Chapter 80. Just going to recap chapter 79 as I usually do. Oh yeah, skipped over there. We had a future segment which was really nice. Seeing Satsuki respect Ren a little bit here, which was nice. Didn't tell her about what happened, I don't think, but she's grown up to be a nice little kid, isn't she? Of course, Komatsu being her mother. But yeah, I liked the future segment last week, as opposed to what I've been saying about not liking them too much. I do like them, don't get me wrong, but I don't like what they kind of represent sometimes in terms of the story. Yeah, of course we're still dealing with Ren's death, seeing Nana's reaction to it, which was crazy. The fact she was just like, yeah, I'm still going to work tomorrow. By the end of things, of course, she did, yeah, did break down, but yeah, it was just crazy, the reaction of her being like, oh, well, that doesn't affect my work, so obviously that comes down from the decision well, I said a decision, the thought she had towards like not being anyone's like #1 favourite person or anything. Again, quite relatable, to be honest, for me, and for a lot of people, I do imagine. It's kind of hard to imagine yourself being in that position when you never have been, I think. Yeah, again, just seeing everyone's reactions and such, and I think Nana and Ko are on their way, aren't they? I think they're going to be driving and then getting a plane instead of just waiting for a plane, just to feel like they're kind of doing something. Yeah, I will be covering chapter 80, and most likely I'll be covering the end segment if there's not another random chapter in it. I say random chapter like it came out of nowhere, but I expected chapter 79 to be really long. But yeah, I will be most likely covering the Junko's place segment as well. We'll just switch over quickly to the other version I've got here to look at the cover artwork in colour, but do let me know what you guys think about this chapter down in the comments. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. Really not too much longer left. Starting from the next chapter, we'll the next chapter will be the unofficial kind of translation, so got that to look forward to. But yeah, only 4 chapters left after this, which is quite crazy. Wow, isn't that amazing? They actually were not able to get room707.com. They had to go room 708. That must be a hell of a shame. I think that's one of those petty things people would do. Like, they do that on Twitter. They like take a name like John, for example, the @ just like John, and then they get there, so in the future someone will want to buy that for quite a bit of money. I imagine whoever used room707.com probably charging quite a bit of money for them to use that. Although this is old school internet days, so who knows. I think this is old school internet days. I'm not sure when this chapter came out, but yeah, a little bit of a shame they couldn't get that there. Again, I won't read that just yet. We'll just purely be looking at the artwork. Okay, and let's get right into it. So yeah, should be a decent chunk today, to be honest with you, from the looks of the scroller. Late that night, Ren was taken to the funeral home. Nobu and Shin went straight there, but Mew and I stayed at the inn like everyone told us to and rested till morning. Obviously I couldn't sleep. I actually much prefer it without colour here, to be honest. You can actually see her features. Kind of look like one of those pictures you take on your phone, like the first one, and it's a bit fuzzy because of the light. We go. Now here's the press, and there's the photographer. You were at the scene and you didn't even take one picture. You were at the scene and you were actually a decent human being. Is essentially what's that saying there. Again, reminds me of Nightcrawler, where he would get himself into great movie, by the way. I've only watched it once, but it's one of those movies you only really want to watch once, but you can watch it multiple times, don't get me wrong, but it's like a bit unpleasant, a bit like not nearly as bad as A Requiem for a Dream, but in a similar kind of sense. It's yeah, you don't really want to watch it multiple times. Also, I always forget to do this. I need to check if I've got blade toothpaste on my mouth. I don't know why I always forget. I haven't. Good. I'm pretty messy when it comes to that, so I had more important things to do. Your job is to get the shot no matter what. And you call yourself a photographer? This must be like the ultimate sin in photography and paparazziism. Paparazziism. For the paparazzi. Look at her fucking face. I love that Kavatsu. That's a look that says 1,000 words right there, isn't it? That's disappointment and personified right there. I mean, it is doing something wrong, but that is the look of someone. Even if you're not doing something wrong, that makes you feel like you're doing something wrong, like a angry mum. Fun though. Don't you think that's a little too much? The one on the right's fine. Yes, sir. They talking about coffins. Nana, you're here. Excuse me. You didn't see me? I've been here for 2 hours. Where'd you get that outfit? And aren't you prepared? I borrowed it. From someone here? They don't have anything that fits me. Should I have someone buy something? Well, Takumi does look like quite a tall man, and the Japanese average height is shorter than it is in like the UK or America and such, isn't it? Again, I'm a large in Japanese, whereas I'm just like a medium usually in the UK. And I'm not the tallest guy ever. Really not the tallest guy ever. No, the people at the inn. Hello? No. I'm sorry we didn't get in touch with you sooner. Yes, we're holding a private service here just for close friends and family. When we get back to Tokyo, we'll have another service. For Takumi. This is work too. It definitely feels that way, doesn't it? I'm okay, really. You've got a shoot in the afternoon, right? No, today's the wake. The funeral is tomorrow. I mean, it's insane. You guys know what I'm about to bring up right here, don't you? You guys know what I'm about to bring up right here. We're still wearing these at his funeral? Come on. I've had enough of these shoes. These logic-defying shoes. I've had enough of them. Yeah. Come if you can make it. Ren would be happy to have you here. Yeah. Thanks. It's not just a little bit horrible, isn't it? It's just like every time she sees stuff like this, like Komatsu should remind her a little bit, I imagine, of the choice she made with Takumi, and just like these little lovely moments from Nobu caring for other people, and compare that to Takumi and just like, oh, I really made the wrong choice here, didn't I? But again, she's sticking with it, which is like fair play to her. But again, for me, it'd be constantly like, a little bit annoying just saying, "Oh, really?" Like the comparison. I gave this up for that. Kind of seems stupid, doesn't it? But she made her choice. She's 100% in that. So. I hope Nana and the others get here soon. Yeah. Sit down. I'm so on edge and don't feel comfortable anywhere. I feel better around Nobu. I don't dare tell anyone. But I need Nobu's kindness right now. Yesterday I just made up a quick excuse. It's not your fault. An excuse for what? Nana really needs you now. Yasu can't take care of her this time. He's known Ren since they were babies. Ren's like a real little brother to him. Yasu will take care of Nana. I know you're going through a lot too, and I'll do what I can. But I need to be with Nana as much as you can. Sorry, I need you... Wait, but I need you to be with Nana. Sorry, but I need you to be with Nana as much as you can. There we go. As much as I can. Alright. You want something to drink? I'll go get something. Oh, thanks. How much is as much as I can? I should always be with Nana. What can I do to make that possible? The normal things I do aren't enough anymore. Because Ren is never coming back. So she likes seeing that almost as like some kind of void within Nana. It's like, yeah, some kind of void that Ren's now left that she now needs to fill even more. Like she was struggling enough. Like it was nice seeing Nana and Nana actually interact with each other and be friends again after quite a while away. What felt like quite a while anyway for us readers and watchers. Felt like quite a while, and she is always kind of struggling with time, trying to be a mother, look after Takumi. Obviously, she had to look after Takumi not too long ago in place of seeing Nana for her birthday. And it's just like things like that that make her not be able to even fill the void that she herself leaves. Now she's got to deal with the void that Ren leaves as well. It's just like it's a massive ask, isn't it? How much is as much as I can? Yeah, very ambiguous, isn't it? I feel like it's just trying your best, isn't it? That's what that is. It's like kind of what she was already trying to do. But it feels like she needs to do more now. They're here. Nana, don't go out there. They're actually like I don't really know. I've never like watched a funeral like on TV or anything. I know there has been televised funerals and stuff. I think, and this is just a wake. I think they mentioned, or no, I think this is a. I think they said this is a service. I can't remember. But yeah, either way, I don't think I've ever watched like anything like this on TV or anything. I don't imagine it'd be. I mean, I guess it's all right because you get like the fans to actually like they get a chance to see their like favorite star or whatever. Yeah, they get to say goodbye to them in that sense, but it's also like it's pretty weird. Because it's weird because you know the reason that they're doing it isn't to pay respect for the fans and the dead person; it's for views and money. So it's quite disgusting in that sense, but it does have some merit to it away from what they're actually seeking, I guess. I don't know. Hey, aren't you Takumi's wife? Yes. I'll talk if you want me to. Her belly's getting on as well now, isn't it? As long as you leave Nana alone. Self-sacrifice here with the Paps. Can't imagine they'd be more interested in Komatsu than Nana when she arrives, so I feel like this might be a bit fruitless. Please. Misato, Gin. It's Gin, right? Yasu. And Nana. Ugh. Nana? Click, 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 click. Like I said, focus as soon as she came. Just whoop. Honestly, like you see like videos that went viral back in the day, like Kanye West when he like punched a reporter or something, and like people, and like, I think that Justin Bieber like an altercation, like these stars attacking these paparazzi and stuff. I've mentioned this a few times. Like, surely it's like I remember during those times again with like Kanye West, people were like hating on them big time and like, how can you attack someone like that? But then that was when I was a kid, to be fair. But then when you grow up, it's just like, no, these people totally fucking deserve this shit. At the end of the day, their job is harassment. Like, I've recently seen quite a bit of this. I can't remember what it was from, but yeah, their job is essentially just to harass people. So I got no quarries with anyone that attacks these reporters or anything, really. I mean, they say violence isn't the answer or anything, but these guys kind of ask for it. Like, yeah. If I was in this position, yeah, I wouldn't mind smashing someone's camera if they were pissing me off or something like that. Probably wouldn't, but if I was that big star with a big ego and such, probably would. And I wouldn't feel bad about it. I need some like EMPs or something. If I was super rich, maybe that would be the thing. Like buy an EMP and just shut everyone's cameras off for a couple of minutes or something. To be honest with you, I'm not really sure how EMPs work in real life. I've only ever used like EMPs and heard about them in games and stuff. Never, never really researched them in real life or anything. I think they're probably quite a bit more functional in games than they are in real life. But again, I don't really know. Nana, Nana. It's awful, isn't it? It's like the person's most. What's the word for it? I can't really find the words for it, to be honest with you. But a person's most down, most depressing, most awful time. Guys are trying to capture for the sake of money and views, and just disgusting, isn't it? How you can see this and just like be so, especially in Japan where they care so much about stuff like this, be so kind of nonchalant to that person's emotions and feelings. They can be so inhumane towards this. It's quite disgusting. And it's, again, it's just amazing how they get away with it. Like, how do you get away? How do you get away with your job being harassing people and the police don't do nothing about it? Like, yes, it's your job, but does that, because it's your job, that doesn't make it alright. Sorry, guys. A very weird advert come up there about investments, and then I think it said at the end there's a little disclaimer, like 70% of investments lose money or something like that. Oh, okay, expose yourself at the end. At least being honest. Damn. Nah, no. Shouldn't. Is all their stuff in the trunk? Oh yeah, I forgot. We can take it to the inn. Me, you should stay here with Yasu. Just start the car. Hmm. It's interesting, isn't it? What's me you doing? It's a horrible situation, don't get me wrong. Especially because she is, I mean, she like, she knows all these guys well and stuff. She spent a lot of time with these people, but yeah, I can definitely maybe feel like she might feel a bit like an outsider, perhaps, and that's not why she's leaving now, but it's all getting a bit too much for her in terms of seeing all these people in this much pain. I don't know. Sometimes, like, again, I'm quite an empathetic guy. I feel a lot of other people's feelings and such, and it's probably might be something I'd do. I wouldn't run out in a car or such, but I'd have to get away for a bit and like get out of like the vibe and such of this. And yeah, we actually see her in the shot here, don't we? Go in the other direction as everyone. Yeah, interesting. I don't want to be weird and jealous at a time like this. Ah, okay, so it's because she's seen. Yeah, that is shouldn't really be. I mean, yeah. Okay, she's reacting to that shot there of Nana and Yasu's arms, which again normally would look pretty like, yeah, I don't want to see that as your girlfriend, but in a situation like this, I think you can make a, I think you can make an exception, can't you? But also, again, that maybe make it worse because in the deepest, again, darkest moments, it has ended up being Nana in Yasu's arms. Might be like the most telling thing in someone's mind. It might be for me. I get her train of thought there. Actually, yeah, makes sense, doesn't it? And she makes a great point here. You really don't want to be like weird and jealous at a time like this. It would feel very insensitive, but it's totally reasonable. Like I said, I can totally see the reasons behind that. I swear, just randomly skip songs sometimes. Okay. Hey Ren, now that you're gone, the balance we all worked so hard for is about to collapse. The blueprint we used till yesterday has been scrapped. How do we rebuild our lives? That's the crazy thing about life, isn't it? The plan is out there. I'm a bit of a planner. I'm not a major planner. I plan quite a lot of my YouTube and stuff, but other than that, I was never too much of a planner. But the planners, I do always find those people quite interesting. Like they have their whole day and week and month, year perhaps planned out. But what happens when something, just one little thing, puts a haywire in there and screws it all up? What do they do then? It must feel like an absolute catastrophe. That's why I've always tried to not plan too far ahead and such. You got to leave a little bit in there for catastrophic events, which is just a given in life. Yasu. Oh, Nana. Oh, weird thought this, but Reira would be quite a good Japanese horror character with her hair. Japanese like their hair horror. She's got quite good hair for hair horror. Again, a weird thought, I know. I recently watched Housu, which was pretty nuts, about a bunch of girls going on a summer trip to her auntie's home. And there was another hair segment in there. Fun movie though, really fun movie. Absolute fever dream, but yeah, really fun. Like that explanation there makes it sound quite normal. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I feel like it's my fault. Because Reira. That's quite funny, isn't it? Both of these girls seem to think it's their fault. Again, you guys know my stance. At the end of the day, it wasn't anyone's fault. If it was going to be someone's fault, as harsh as it sounds, it's Ren's. I mean, there's not really much Ren can do about it as an addict and someone recovering. So it's no one's fault really, but every choice, like again, looking back on my past, it was down to every choice that you make at the end of the day. As much as there's like peer pressure and pressure in general and stuff, at the end of the day, it's you that kind of starts out this stuff and continues, and you know. But again, it's quite harsh to say that because you're very vulnerable after. Ren was a very vulnerable guy, and he had to kind of go and look after things, being the most vulnerable person. So it really wasn't his fault. If anything, like he was trying to do something good and nice. I mentioned this funnily enough in the Look Back movie that came out last week, which I really liked. You get punished for actually trying to do something positive and good and nice in this world. It's quite awful. But yeah, like I said, it's not really anyone's fault. Maybe the reporters for making him speed, but again, that might be a stretch. I don't know. Let's go over here. That shit. It was. Didn't even notice. Shin. Thank you for your email. Also, she never sent a response. We had that interesting scene of her changing up her response a little bit, didn't she? Two similar yet very contrasting messages. She didn't send either. I'm sorry I didn't write back. But I didn't know what to write. Why can't you be more considerate of other people's feelings? If Nana found out that Ren got into that accident because he was going to get you, how do you think that would make her feel? Again, he was just trying to do something nice. So, again, as a viewer, it's different, isn't it? Because we get the whole perspective of things. But yeah, you can imagine what thoughts might go through her head there and such. And I think when you are in a situation like this, maybe you do look for something to blame. See that not in real life, especially with like the electoral stuff and like political stuff and things like that, and like police. Yeah, just anything. People always love to try and put blame on something. There's always something wrong. You see it actually a lot in football. I'm going to bring up something really interesting. I'm a Man City fan. I've been a Man City fan for a long time, and Man United fans, especially recently, like back in the day, Man United used to win everything. It was always we were like the noisy neighbours and such, and yeah, United would win everything. They were the biggest team in England. They still are, but nowadays, now they're not doing very well. There's when I see their fans and such, they're always blaming something: players, managers, the club, the owners. Like it's always something, and obviously there is a reason as to why they're kind of failing, but it's like everyone just loves playing like the blame game, don't they? Who's to blame for this then? This person. Get them out, and then when they get them out, it's like, oh, we're still doing shit, so it wasn't them. And it's like they've changed owners, they've changed players, they've changed managers, and they're still failing. It's great to see. But yeah, people just love playing the blame game, especially football fans. I feel like again when you're in a situation like this where you are feeling pain, obviously that's quite trivial in comparison, but it's still the same thing of like when you're in pain, when you are kind of failing, when you're losing. Nana might end up blaming Rayra, be like, oh, if you weren't blah blah blah, you wouldn't have, and you know you've seen that before. I think I've seen that in like media with people blaming people for other people's deaths and such. They blame themselves, the poor girls, Nana and Matsu and Reira. They shouldn't. So when the person that like the dearest to them blames them, that really is like the nail in the coffin, really, isn't it? Like, damn, I really did get him killed, and I don't think that's fair. So I think this is some good advice here from Shin. Some very good advice from the ex-felon Shin. I wonder if that like goes on his record or anything. Why don't you get it? Oh damn. It's Taku, eh? Ready to pick up the pieces. What's he got on his shoes now? Fuck's this? What is that? Man, she is just like, she is just empty, isn't she, right now? Like a rag doll. Which is again a weird comparison, but like, yeah, kind of feels like a bit of a rag doll right now. If you know what I'm saying? She had to get like brought in here, dragged about, and, like she's just like, you know, if she was just by herself, she'd just be like this, just like shut down. Nada didn't say anything. She didn't cry. She didn't touch Ren's body. She just kept staring. at his hands. That's a nice bunch of flowers there. Trap nest. It was a trap. Oh, you made your nest was a trap. Again, I can't believe I never took that title, like, literally, to a couple weeks ago. Like, it's literally in the name. I don't know, sometimes I overlook very simple things like that, if you haven't noticed. Now it's time to drink. I guess it doesn't feel real for her yet. I mean, if she can't even look at his face. I know. So they hadn't made it up. So they hadn't made up yet. They hadn't had a chance to see each other yet. I wanted them to make up at the very least. You suffer more with regrets and things left unsaid. Ginpei? Where's Nana? Hachiko's taking care of her. She's resting in another room. Oh, are you taking that to her? Can I come with you? I'm sorry. She needs to be left alone right now. But there's something important I need to give to her. This guy was quite close with Ren, wasn't he? I think he was like the driver for a little bit. I think they had a bit of a... I remember them having a quite heated conversation, but I can't remember what it was about. I think it was about Nana. I can't remember that. This was in the guitar case in Mr. Honjo's car. We opened it to see what it was. I'm sorry. It's a birthday present for Nana. Please take it. Nana. No, she doesn't look like she wants to open it. I mean, kind of makes sense considering they hadn't seen each other for so long. I think she might feel a bit insulted is definitely the right word, but I feel like she may be being insulting by accepting it, perhaps. If she feels like that because she left him so long. To accept this gift in his death, like, maybe doesn't feel fair. I don't know. It just kind of just feels right that she doesn't want to open it. I can't really put words on it. Just, yeah. And I think maybe it's more what the present kind of represents as well, of like what it was so hopeful what he was going to do. He's going to help Reira, he's going to see Nana, and this is what was left of that after he died, trying to maybe it's one of those things where you never want to open it because you never want to actually, like, just the thought of what he was trying to do there is actually quite lovely in itself, and that's the kind of gift and Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's me being quite sentimental. Don't know. Probably not thinking like that, but yeah. I'm sorry, Ren. Nana probably can't face reality yet. Please wait a little longer. I'll make sure that Nana accepts your love. Like, this is the last bit of love he was to give. For now, please forget all your pain. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, man. He was a junkie, and it was such a bad wreck. What's left of him might not be very pretty. It looked like only his padlock was still intact. It's like it became a part of his neck. It was disgusting. That's quite poetic, isn't it? Also, I've been watching a lot of name. Sorry, guys. Always forget his name. Cronenberg movies, that's the one. I kind of, because I've been watching a lot of him recently, I'm actually like envisioning kind of like a neck chain kind of person. I really like how surreal his movies are. The imagery like that. The last one I watched, which you got there, was Existenz, which was very strange. But I like the premise of it being like realities kind of melding and such, and very actually applicable to nowadays with social media and us bringing so much of our online selves into real life and vice versa. Ugh, I keep seeing it. I don't care if his ashes are the only thing left. Apparently he said if he died, he wanted his ashes to be scattered here in the sea. What the hell? I can't deal with any more of this. You don't have to participate if you don't want to. So what did the police say? Oh, there was no alcohol in his bloodstream. They asked how he had been acting lately. I lied that he seemed fine, but of course, they're suspicious. He slammed his car into his house. He didn't break at all. What a homecoming. Oh, I didn't notice that actually. Where he crashed was actually where him and Nana used to stay. Didn't notice that. Guess that makes even more sense why he saw the black cat there, Nana. But if he'd meant to kill himself, he wouldn't have protected his arms. Oh yeah, I forgot about that as well. They mentioned that last time, didn't they? The fact that, strangely, like so weirdly, he consciously, like he would have to like maybe, I don't know, because if you go like that and you crash, that would just like, I don't know, how would you protect your arms? Like again, the usual thing is to like, what I've seen over time and such is to, if you have like a big, I mean this is not a fall, this is a crash, but the natural reaction is to like protect yourself like this, and I think it's to like mostly protect your chest, to protect your like vital organs inside your chest. So the thing would be to use your arms to protect the rest of your body, but in this case he's actually doing like the complete opposite and protecting his arms rather than the rest of his body. And that's very like, that's conscious behavior, if you know what I'm saying. Well, that's again the natural kind of human response would be to put your arms out or like protect yourself, or very interesting that was. So the final determination is that he fell asleep at the wheel. well, we know how it happened again. This is one of those viewer things where he saw a little delusion. Not really sure how to explain it. But could they have found drugs in his system, and that's why they questioned me? Drugs stay in your system for a long time, so that wouldn't be too surprising. They wouldn't bother for a one-car accident because, they wouldn't bother for a one-car accident caused by driver negligence. They don't have the time or money. But when the police returned Ren's stuff to us, there was no weed or blow anywhere. I guess he could have left it at home, but knowing him, he probably did it all. I mean, I don't think we saw, but pretty sure he didn't. Again, it was just a delusion, a happy delusion perhaps. But what if they confiscated his drugs? Don't worry. Even if that were the case, they wouldn't pursue it. You think? Why not? I also think in Japan they're very anti-drug, aren't they? Very anti-drug. Dead. No one can judge him anymore. It's over. You should take a break for a while too. Hey, Ren. After you died, the future we all hoped for was wiped clean. I don't know what this is. Probably some kind of Japanese funeral ritual thing. Not sure. So is this ending from whose perspective is this from? A Ren. I still can't imagine my future. It's a beautiful picture of Komatsu there. I can't begin again. Unless Nana is with me. Okay, so that is it. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys are just gonna finish the chapter, which I definitely don't mind. I really like the Chunko special stuff, so I imagine a lot of you like that as well. But yeah, if you guys are leaving off here, thank you guys for watching. Really good chapter again, especially the Shin and Reira interaction we had up here. I thought was really interesting. Attacking me again, kind of picking up the pieces right here, seeing them interact for the first time in a long time, and actually being Shin being very mature and grown up, as he always usually is. But yeah, sometimes it's really hard because obviously she thinks it's all her fault. She's in her own kind of feelings and such here. She's obviously very emotional, but sometimes even as that, you've got to take a step back sometimes and realize that other people are hurting as well, and you got to think about what you're doing is affecting other people and such. I really like this gift segment at the end here as well. I thought this was really nice. I say nice, but really interesting in terms of Nana's reaction to it and what this gift kind of represents, like Ren's last gift of wanting to kind of make up and love his I wouldn't say, like, I wouldn't go as far as like love his girlfriend again, but just seeing her again after all that time they spent apart. Like I said, they especially for us viewers, they spent a hell of a long time apart. Ren and Nana, hell of a long time apart. Yeah, obviously pretty brutal. Again, good look into how disgusting the paparazzi are, as usual. But yeah, let's get into the special. Let's see the Nanas here. Bonus pages. Junko's place. Closed indefinitely due to the main story being in mourning. Junko Mama. So that was, they didn't get one of these in the last volume, did we? And like I said, this is this might be the last Junko's place and bonus pages we get, but perhaps because again, there's been no official kind of translation, but I'm not sure if, I imagine the next chapters were still officially released in Japanese books, if you know what I'm saying. So hopefully there is, but it might be the last. You can't do that. Give me a break. Does they already play Shoji's lad to show up? Can't write him out the story like that. Well, I mean, they already kind of have. You know what I'm saying? You can write him out the story, but you can't write him out books like that. Sorry I made you open at a time like this, Shoji. I'm not doing it for you. It's also pretty amazing how he works here now. You're that desperate to be in the story? That's not why either. Who is this? Is that Ren? You're doing it for the readers. Why don't you hang up the drawings everyone sent in? We don't have enough of them coming in. No one takes the bonus pages seriously anymore. That Mew girl might seem serious, but what's her deal? She's a newbie who just showed up in volume 11, and she was already smooching Yasu in the bonus pages. In shoujo manga, someone like Yasu shouldn't have a girlfriend. More criminal than me cheating. Well, again, that's totally not true. It was actually weird that Yasu was the only person that didn't seem to have any kind of relationship for the longest time. And he was one of the nicest guys. You can't just blame the bonus pages for the postcards not coming in. It's more like the main story keeps crushing the readers' dreams, so no one's reading it anymore. But that's not true, is it? I mean, yeah, they're kind of crushing a few dreams for sure. But can't imagine that make people not read this. Well, there are those crazy people out there, aren't there? That like if their favorite character dies or something bad happens to their like favorite, they won't carry on the story anymore, which I always find a bit ridiculous. But yeah, maybe that's it. Nana should end with this volume. We should start prepping for a new series. What new series? George Kozumi, Master Detective. That's who this is, George Kozumi. Maidens in distress should direct their postcards to me. The master awaits. Who is this guy? Kind of looked a bit like Ren, but doesn't look like it is. That is one hope. Perhaps Ren can live on in these specials, perhaps. Isabella's Island. Hey Nobu, did you know that Imode has a site for Parakis dress-up tools? Fuck knows what that meant. Oh really? Do you have your drawings too? Yeah. I want to download them. Where's the site? But our manga has a different publisher. I probably shouldn't tell you. You can just tell me. I won't tell anyone, I promise. Oh, so this is from another one of the creators' mangas. Okay. Alright, it'll be our secret. Go to Kisekai Play Toys from the I menu and register. Alright. Then you can go to the download page from the Paradise Kiss banner. Oh, it's Paradise. Okay. Yeah, I've heard of that one. And you know what? It really takes me back. stuff like this back into like the late 2000s, like internet games. So different. I remember I didn't really play too many, but there was like Club Penguin. I never played that. I think I like signed up, but there was like web-based games and stuff back then. Very nostalgic for me. I never really learned how to play them or anything. I usually just go on the website, sign up, and not understand how to do anything. is what would usually happen. But even so, they were still very nostalgic. Yeah, I remember like Yu-Gi-Oh and like Pokemon, TCG and stuff like that. I'd always like try and go on their websites in like the late 2000s, and it was just a nightmare to kind of know how to do anything. I remember there being a few games that, yeah, very nostalgic time for me. It's okay. Play Toys. Paradise Kiss CGI. .cgi. That's interesting. Never seen. Oh, there's the usual .jp. Okay, come on, baby. Captain. Now the readers are now the readers know about it too. And the captain's ulterior motive is so obvious. Huge boobs are your weakness. Don't have an ulterior motive. And how do you know about that? Well, he's dating a prawn star, so. Shouldn't we rescue Hachiko while George is out? We have lots of pages this time, now's our chance. I don't think there's any reception here. My phone's not working. Yeah, your phone's pretty old school. Dress-up tools can only be used with model OMA 9031 and later. Really? Then I'll go back and get a new phone and come back after I get my treasure photos. Yeah, I don't really have any idea what I'm talking about right here. If you can't understand, I think this is again a bit of a mix-up between two of the manga series, as the author's manga series. So maybe that guy we saw earlier was from Paradise Kiss. There's now an Ayazawa plate that's part of Felicimo's Tribute 21 project. And this just in, a folding umbrella bearing the same illustration is also in the works. Ooh, I want it. You want everything. Stop throwing your money away. But it's a benefit project, so it'll be money well spent. A percentage of all sales goes to charity. Think about how we can save ourselves before saving the world. When we tried to go outside, we ended up back in this room. What kind of trick mansion is this? I don't want to sound rude right now. I've personally donated quite a bit of money to charity. I've never, funnily enough, I've never actually donated money to charity, but I've worked to donate money to charity. If that makes any sense. I've spent time making money for. That's probably accurate. I've spent time making money for charity rather than actually sending money to charity. But I've like you never hear about anything like where it goes. Like you know where it goes, but like you never. I've personally never heard anything of like, oh, this charity's been successful. It's no longer needed, or like anything like that. So it's like the point of people who say billionaires should put a load of their money into charities and such because they'll never need it in a lifetime or anything. Again, I've always just like had the feeling if they do that, I have a feeling the charities would still be a thing, like they'd still run. I don't know. I've always been a little bit wary, perhaps. Like I said, I've never seen like a charity succeed in what it's doing. I mean, usually they have massive goals, is why. Like, don't get me wrong. There's like stuff like cancer and homelessness and stuff like that. It's like it's a thing that will never kind of go away, if that makes sense. But I've never seen any kind of charity kind of succeed in like its research. So it's, yeah, I don't know. It might sound disrespectful, I don't know, but it's like, is it not weird that there's never been a successful? There maybe has that I just haven't known, but maybe you don't hear about that. Maybe they just advertise the bad so that yeah, I don't know. But I've never like heard of like, yes, this charity's research has been successful and we've cured ... I've never heard anything like that. But there probably is stuff like that out there. I just haven't found it. Like I said, maybe it's more because humans spread and love chaos and bad news more than good news and stuff like that. Perhaps, I don't know. That's just the law of humans. But yeah, back to off the point now. Apologies. We were when we tried to go outside, we ended up back in this room. What kind of trick mansion is this? But who says getting back to the 7th floor will make us happy? I don't mind staying here for the rest of my life, Nana, as long as I can be with you. What do you think? Knock it off. Who is it? Misaki? Masaki? How old is he now? I bet he grew up super fine. Who's Masaki? Some other guy? Junko? If you don't start taking your job seriously, George will have to come over, take over the main story too. You better get right over it. It's cool. Ayazawa's not that smart. She can't draw a mystery manga. Is that what Paradise Kiss is? Kind of seems pretty cool with like a mansion kind of setting with a pretty creepy George character. I'd be interested to read that. I love my mystery stuff. I love mysteries and things like Higurashi, the movies like Knives Out, and yeah, I love mystery. One of my favorite anime, Summertime Render. I really just like love stuff like that. One of my favorite genres. It's like the Higurashi kind of, Umi and Echo, Summertime Render, like type of shows. And I haven't seen too many like that, but again, they've never been perfect. But I just love those kind of premises, and I think the best of those is Summertime Render. I think they've done a really good job with that show. Don't be such a dummy in the bonus pages that you ruin the main story. Good night. I'm waiting for your letters. Send them to me, not George. So is that perhaps saying that Paradise Kiss is a bit more popular right now than Nana? Because of all that's going on in Nana, or the depression perhaps? Although, again, I don't think you can really hold that against Nana, considering there's always... It's sadder than ever right now, don't get me wrong, but there's always been that kind of sadness and darkness to the characters and story, hasn't there? So, got like a major switch up. What's this little disclaimer? Don't forget Shoji. Okay. Special primography present. What is primography? It's a superfine reproduction of the original illustration. It almost looks like the original, and this time to enter you need coupons. Blah blah blah. So some advertisement stuff there. So here are the dinner plates. Pretty cute, isn't it? Pretty cute little dinner plate. So we're never going to find out her real name, are we? It doesn't feel like. Some more advertisement stuff here. I'm not going to read all of this, of course. Flash standby displays. Cell phone backgrounds. Nana exam. See, I used to love doing stuff like that as well, like Facebook quizzes and stuff like that back in the day. Man, this was such a just like look at this. It like just takes me back to that super nostalgic time. The internet and such really developed quickly during like the 2010s to like 2014 perhaps. Really developed quickly. Look for the Renflower. Man, there's a lot of advertisements this time, more than usual. And yes, nice. I was hoping we'd get this. So here's another segment from the author. I'm hoping it's a bit more better news than last time and stuff, but yeah. Hello, Yazawa here. With this volume, no matter what scene I was drawing, I was heartbroken. Understandable. I had a hard time and it took me longer than usual to draw, so it was such a relief when Satsuki appeared. Somehow the panel of Satsuki and Yasu together felt especially soothing. I agree, when they were holding hands at the end there, I really like that shot. I never envied any of Yasu's girlfriends or Nana, whom Yasu protects, but I'm totally jealous of Satsuki, whom Yasu's taken under his wing since she was a baby. Aizawa is the creator of blah blah blah. Nana has become the all-time best-selling shoujo title. And that is it. Okay. I mean, the last couple of times we had this, we had a lot more about Yazawa's kind of personal life and how she was doing, and we didn't get any of that this time, which is maybe not a good sign. I don't know. But yeah, it's quite funny that it's quite nice actually that she focuses on the kind of positive element of the chapters today, I guess. There hasn't really been too much positive going on recently, but yeah, Yasu and Satsuki, I do like that. So yeah, again, thank you guys very much for watching. Do let me know what you guys thought of this chapter down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys would like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. And yeah, it looks like that is it for this website. So I did just go to like check out the next volume, and yeah, that is it. There's no more official volumes, so can't read anything else more on this website, unfortunately. So the translations might not be quite as good from here on. But I did just want to have a little sneak peek at what the next chapter is going to look like, to be honest with you, because I'm pretty in the dark and how I'm going to be doing things. I don't know the length. Yeah. So we'll just stick with you guys for that. So it'll be chapter 81. Okay, the chapters don't seem as long. They're 40 pages long, so slightly shorter than usual. And this is the only translation as well, so honestly a bit annoying because these pages are really thin and long. Oh, it's actually not that bad. But yeah, I'll see you guys next. Honestly, this looks very cluttered. There's a lot going on here. But yeah, again, thank you guys for watching. Again, let me know what you guys thought of this chapter down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys would like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. And I'll see you guys next time with the unofficial translation of chapter 81.